Welcome back. Our Hitting the Books this week is John Adams by one of my favorite writers. I think this is the second time we've had him on our Hitting the Books program. David McCullough, one of the great historians and also one of the great writers of our time. And his book about John Adams won a lot of awards, great acclaim. It is the most researched, most definitive work that there's ever been done on John Adams. And in saying that, you have to add Abigail Adams, his wife, to this story. It's clear, and most have known this throughout history, that without her, he would not have been the great politician, diplomat, statesman that he ended up being. His wife was a true partner in everything that was done. Right from the time of the Revolution, he was one of those who inspired the Revolutionary War, and then, of course, worked on developing the Constitution for the United States, the Declaration of Independence, and then the setting up of the government afterwards, and would go on also to become president. Ironically, of course, he and Thomas Jefferson were two of the leaders in the Revolution, yet after the Revolutionary War ended, they actually became adversaries. Their feelings about how the nation should grow, what they should look to in international affairs, were very divergent. And while Jefferson was a bit more diplomatic about talking about it, Adams was not. Adams was one of those guys who had ideas, and they came out, and he never stopped talking about them, and he pushed them hard, and he pushed them hard directly at Jefferson. So part of this book is about how they combined to get the war completed and won, a government set up, and then how they divided, and how we really came to have a couple of political parties in this country, as we still do today. They were two of the people who had some severe disagreements not very long after we became a nation. It is a wonderful read. McCullough clearly admires Adams greatly, and many have said this is a book about McCullough's love for Adams. That's fair, but as usual, McCullough doesn't mince the facts. What you got in here is the history of John Adams and his wife and the development of a nation. It is a wonderful read, as only David McCullough could write it, and it always, at the end, has one of the moments I have always felt is one of the most unusual and undefinable moments, maybe in world history, that on July 4 of the same year, within a matter of 5 hours, Thomas Jefferson and John Adams would pass away on the same day. And the last words that Adams spoke from his bed, not knowing Jefferson had died 5 hours earlier, was, "Jefferson lives." Try and explain that. I think you'll enjoy it. John Adams, David McCullough, that's our Hitting the Books.